a massive win here in Dalymount. What are your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, look, obviously delighted. 7 goals, 5 different goal scorers. So really happy, really pleased. We're probably 80 minutes out of the game. We had a 10-minute period where we probably weren't at our best, and we allowed them back into the game. And that's when you need big players. And Amanda's such a big player for us, and she made 1 or 2 great saves when it mattered, because you look at it 7-2 and you think it was a comfortable game, but there was periods in the game when it wasn't that comfortable. But look, I thought we managed the game really well. We played some really good football, scored some fantastic goals, so a lot of positives to take from the game.
Obviously, the local Dublin derby, there was a bit of an edge in the game. Do you think that kind of spurred the girls on?
Yeah, you could see that. It was physical. There was yellow cards thrown out. It's what you expect in any Dublin derby. Peamount a couple of weeks ago was no different, and Dalymount is a difficult place to go. So to come here and score 7 goals and win the battle first, which I thought was important first and foremost, and then we could then play our stuff, and that was the case.
And obviously, Eoin and Alex, after being called into the women's national team, how were they coming back into training after the camp?
Yeah, look, I think everybody in the club was so proud of the 2 girls, and fully deserved. And look, I think we have another couple that aren't far away from the squad, so delighted for them to get that experience and that exposure, but what's important is that they bring that back into Shels, and they have this week, and training I think it went to another level this week. Rebecca Devereux was away with the 19s as well, and they had a decent group stage while they were away. So players are coming back after international duty, as you said, players coming back after injury. So the environment was brilliant this week. So I'm not surprised that we turned out the performance we did tonight.
And finally, it was a great match to watch. Do you think the scoreline will kind of spur the girls on going into the next few rounds?
Hopefully. Look, I think before tonight, we 2 great results against Waterford and DLR, where there was clean sheets and lots of goals, and Peamount we managed to find a late winner. Tonight was a little bit different. I think that the surface helped us allow to play our stuff and play the way that we want to play. So it's just about momentum now, and then carrying that into Cork next week and beyond.
That's great. Thanks, Melon.
Cheers, thank you.